Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today I want to talk about the importance of Fangtooth and to give you guys a bit of knowledge about exactly how it works and why Fangtooth is so important in your matches. If you're not prioritizing Fangtooth, you're definitely hurting your chances of winning and definitely not playing the macro game as well as you could. So if you wouldn't mind, drop a like on this video, subscribe to this channel for future Predecessor content. We do have quite a few of you who are not subscribed who are watching these videos, and I definitely do appreciate all the support, but let's go on ahead and dive into it. So Fangtooth is actually a stacking buff per your team. So you can get anywhere between one Fangtooth like buff or benefit up to stacking 6 times. So 6 Fangtooths in total for your team. Now here's the thing, the different Fangtooths that you get, or the different amount, or whichever Fangtooth that your team is on, will determine what buff you're actually getting or what efficacy the buff is actually at. So it's not about which Fangtooth has spawned. So if you get the second Fangtooth that has spawned, it doesn't matter if you hadn't gotten the first one, you're still just going to get that first buff. So everybody should know that the Fangtooth counter at the top of the screen, you should correlate that number per that team to the buffs that you're going to get, and it is very important that you're getting these Fangtooths. So let's go ahead and dive into what they do. So Fangtooth 1 for any individual team is going to be 50% increased river buff duration. Now I believe that this also counts for jungle buffs. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that it's going to be increased buff duration. So I think that it covers both of them. I'll have to test and try to find out a little bit more. But essentially, first Fangtooth is going to be increased buff duration by 50%. And also, just for the sake of saying, Fangtooth does give global golden experience. So it's beneficial to the whole team, not just the people that are, getting it or the people that are going to have the buffs, but really good for mid lane, really good for jungle potentially. Now, Fangtooth number 2, on the second Fangtooth that your team will score, you're going to get 8% out of combat move speed. So this is pretty nice, helps with roaming, helps with ganking, definitely gives you a little bit more presence on the map, and then of course you get the global gold and experience. Now where things really get important, and this is where I've been stressing a lot of macro decision making in my games, and this is where I think I have kind of learned the game very well, is going for Fang 3. Now here's the thing, the reason why it's so important to try to get Fang 3 is because you get a very big benefit. This is going to be 6% increase to your stats. Now the stats that it increases are your magic armor, your physical armor, your magic damage, and your physical damage. So this is going to make your entire team stronger in those 4 stat areas by 6%. Now as you continue to get more Fangtooths, you are going to increase the efficacy of that. So that's a really big power spike to just get an additional 6% increase on your stats. Fangtooth 4 is going to add an additional 12% on top of that. But listen to what I said, it's additive damage, or it's additive stats. So if your team is on Fangtooth 3 and you're getting that bonus 6%, well, Fangtooth 4 is going to add an additional 12% to that. So it's not giving you from 6% to 12%, it's actually giving you from an additional 6% stats up to 18%, because that would be 6 plus 12. So very, really crazy power spikes on getting these Fangtooths. Fangtooths are incredibly important. In my opinion, I think mini primes are great. You can put some solid pressure on the map, but mini prime is not nearly as important as just farming as many of those Fangtooths as possible. So this is a big tip for junglers, but just massively a big tip for the entire team to really understand the game and understand the importance of building towards those Fangtooths. Now we're going to go ahead and blow through the rest of this really quickly. Fangtooth number 4 is, like I said, going to give you an additional 12% stacks. Fangtooth number 5 is going to add an additional 18%, so effectively doubling everything you get, putting you incredibly high. And then Fangtooth number 6, which I think I've only ever seen happen for one team, is an additional 24% increased stats. So these buffs are absolutely massive, and you absolutely need to be going for them. So I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, friends. Make sure that you are playing for Fangtooths, understand the importance of them and what they are actually going to benefit your team and how they're going to benefit your team. Sometimes being very behind, but having 3 Fangtooths over your enemy team can be a really solid way of coming back. So don't give up in your matches, keep going for those Fangtooths. If you're a mid laner, don't be afraid to roam, hard push your lane and roam, get some wards around the Fangtooth. If you're a duo lane, definitely be paying attention to your jungle's rotations. And if you're an off lane, if you're doing well, don't be afraid to roam and go help out the mid lane to push out their wave and then potentially go and score Fangtooths. Now, as you get deeper in the game, everybody should be very Fangtooth conscious. So always pay attention to the spawn timer, always be paying attention to vision control, using sentries to clear out Fangtooth, and then using your actual wards to get control of vision deep in their jungle, in the river, whatever the case may be. So friends, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on this video. Like I said, subscribe for future Predecessor content. As always, be sure to be kind to one another. Tell someone you love them, and I'll see you on the next video.